Hollywood's most influential black gay stars have often been at the intersection of cultural revolution and personal resilience, paving the way for greater representation and visibility in the entertainment industry. Their stories, though sometimes underrepresented, are powerful, shedding light on their struggles and triumphs. These icons navigated immense challenges both in their personal lives and careers, leaving lasting legacies that continue to inspire. In this reflection, we celebrate their contributions, remembering the impact they made and honoring their unique journeys, even as we acknowledge the hardships they faced. Archie Savage, born in 1914, was a pioneering artist whose influence extended across dance, acting, and choreography. As one of the first black figures to break through in modern dance, Savage's performances were a fusion of strength and grace, captivating audiences and challenging the racial barriers of his time. His revolutionary work in dance opened doors for many future black artists, inspiring them to pursue their passion for movement on stages where they had previously been excluded. Beyond dance, Savage's impact reached Hollywood, where he both acted and contributed his choreography talents to a variety of projects, collaborating with some of the biggest names in the industry. As a choreographer, he mentored and shaped the careers of many aspiring dancers, helping to elevate the art form and bring greater recognition to the power of movement. His dedication to dance, combined with his visionary approach, earned him the admiration of both his peers and audiences. Savage lived a long and impactful life, passing away in 2003 at the age of 89. Though his name may not always be widely known today, his influence within the worlds of dance and entertainment remains enduring. His legacy continues to inspire aspiring dancers and artists, demonstrating that resilience, talent, and vision can leave a lasting impact on future generations. Tony Washington, born in 1958, was a trailblazing artist who redefined the R&B genre with his soulful voice and powerful stage presence. As the lead singer of the disco, Washington was a magnetic performer who captivated audiences with his energy and charisma. But beyond his musical talent, Washington became a pioneering figure for his decision to live openly as a gay man in an industry that often demanded conformity. His bravery in embracing his authentic self was a groundbreaking act of self-expression, and it resonated deeply with fans who were inspired by his courage and vulnerability. Washington's music went beyond mere entertainment. It carried messages of love, freedom, and self-acceptance. His songs became anthems for those seeking to break free from societal expectations and celebrate their true identities. In doing so, Washington left an indelible mark not only on the R&B scene but on the wider cultural landscape, serving as a beacon for those who longed for representation and empowerment. Tragically, Tony Washington passed away in 1989 due to complications from AIDS, a devastating loss that left a void in both the music industry and the LGBTQ+ community. However, his legacy lives on through his music, his courage, and his commitment to living authentically. Tony Washington will always be remembered as a symbol of fearless self-expression, reminding us that true artistry lies in embracing who we are, unapologetically. Glenn Burke was a pioneering athlete, celebrated not only for his skills on the baseball field, but also for his courageous choice to live authentically. As a player with the Los Angeles Dodgers and Oakland Athletics, Burke made history by becoming the first Major League Baseball player to come out as gay while still actively playing, breaking barriers in a sport that was largely unaccepting of LGBTQ+ individuals at the time. While his MLB career was short-lived, Burke's impact was profound. In addition to his trailblazing personal journey, he is credited with inventing the iconic high five, a gesture that has since become ingrained in sports culture and beyond. His courage in being true to himself in such a challenging environment paved the way for future generations of LGBTQ+ athletes and continues to resonate today. Though Glenn Burke's career in baseball may have been brief, his legacy lives on through his bravery, his contributions to the sport, and the indelible mark he left on both the LGBTQ+ and athletic communities. He remains an inspiration, proving that authenticity and courage can change the game. After retiring from professional baseball, Glenn Burke faced numerous obstacles as he grappled with a world that often rejected or misunderstood him. Despite these hardships, he became a pivotal figure in the LGBTQ+ community, particularly within the sports world. His bravery in being openly gay while navigating the challenges of professional sports inspired future athletes to embrace their true selves without fear. Tragically, Burke's life was cut short in 1995 due to complications related to AIDS, a painful reminder of the devastating impact the epidemic had on the LGBTQ+ community in the 1980s and 1990s. His untimely passing left a void in both the sports and LGBTQ+ communities, but his legacy as a trailblazer for both inclusivity and authenticity endures. Glenn Burke's life serves as a powerful testament to the strength of living true to oneself, even in the face of adversity. Jermaine Stewart was an electrifying performer whose presence lit up any stage, captivating audiences with his remarkable voice and dynamic dance moves. Born in 1957, Stewart initially gained attention as a dancer on Soul Train, where his infectious energy set him apart from the crowd. However, it was his powerful vocals that truly made him shine. In the 1980s, Stewart reached stardom with his iconic hit, "We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off," a song that cemented his place in pop music history. Beyond entertainment, Stewart's music often conveyed messages of empowerment, confidence, and self-expression, resonating deeply with fans worldwide. His unforgettable lyrics and magnetic stage presence continue to inspire and leave a lasting legacy in the world of pop music, proving that his impact goes far beyond his time in the spotlight. Offstage, Jermaine Stewart was as dynamic and bold as his performances, known for his striking fashion choices and an unmissable, larger-than-life personality. He stood as a true symbol of unapologetic self-expression in an industry that often favored conformity. His fearless embrace of his identity made him a trailblazer for individuality and authenticity, setting him apart as an icon of freedom and self-acceptance. Sadly, Stewart's life was cut short in 1997 due to complications from AIDS and liver cancer. His untimely passing served as a profound loss to his fans and the entertainment world, underscoring the immense impact of the AIDS epidemic on the LGBTQ+ community. Yet his legacy endures, not only through his timeless music, but also through the courage, confidence, and authenticity he embodied, continuing to inspire generations long after his passing. Wallace Thurman was an exceptional literary voice whose works captured the complexities of Black identity during the Harlem Renaissance. Born in Salt Lake City in 1902, Thurman exhibited a precocious intellect and a deep love for literature from a young age. His unique perspective and sharp mind led him to New York City, where he became a central figure in the cultural revolution of the 1920s. Thurman is most renowned for his bold novel, The Blacker the Berry, a daring exploration of colorism and Black identity. His unflinching portrayal of the challenges within the Black community regarding skin tone and societal perception was revolutionary at the time. The novel was a sharp critique of the internal prejudices that existed, making Thurman a pioneer in confronting issues of race and identity head-on. Thurman's home, known as Niggerati Manor, became a creative epicenter where writers, artists, and intellectuals such as Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, and Richard Bruce Nugent gathered. His influence on the Harlem Renaissance was profound, and his literary contributions continue to resonate today, leaving a lasting imprint on American literature. The gatherings at Wallace Thurman's apartment, known as Niggerati Manor, were vibrant intellectual exchanges that brought together the brightest minds of the Harlem Renaissance. These discussions, filled with spirited debates, poetry readings, and creative collaborations, fostered an environment of radical thinking and artistic freedom. Thurman was not just a writer, he was a catalyst for change, challenging societal norms and inspiring a generation of artists and thinkers to pursue authenticity and push creative boundaries. Though Thurman's literary genius was undeniable, he faced considerable personal hardships, including financial instability and ongoing health struggles. These challenges, coupled with the pressures of the time, often kept him from receiving the recognition he truly deserved. Tragically, in 1934, Thurman died from tuberculosis at the young age of 32, cutting short a promising career and a life filled with potential. Despite his untimely passing, Thurman's work remains an essential part of the Harlem Renaissance, offering a bold, honest exploration of Black identity, colorism, and social issues. His contributions continue to be celebrated as a testament to his courage, intellect, and the lasting impact of his voice in American literature. Alvin Ailey was a groundbreaking figure in the world of dance, whose impact extended far beyond the stage. As the founder of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, he revolutionized modern dance by blending technical precision with raw emotion and narrative storytelling. His iconic work, Revelations, remains one of the most performed and celebrated pieces in the history of American dance, resonating deeply with audiences for its powerful portrayal of African American life, faith, and struggle. Ailey's dedication to his craft was matched by his commitment to social justice. He worked tirelessly to create opportunities for African American dancers and choreographers, challenging racial barriers in an industry that had historically marginalized Black artists. Through his leadership, Ailey opened doors for countless dancers of color, paving the way for future generations. His enduring legacy continues to inspire and empower artists around the world, as his contributions to dance remain a testament to his passion for both artistic excellence and social change. Alvin Ailey's illustrious career was marked not only by his immense contributions to the world of dance, but also by personal struggles that remained largely private during his lifetime. While he was celebrated for his artistic achievements, speculation about his sexual orientation persisted, and it wasn't until after his death that the full complexity of his identity became more widely understood. Ailey was, in fact, openly gay, and this aspect of his identity deeply influenced the emotional and spiritual themes of his choreography. His works often explored themes of liberation, self-discovery, and the search for belonging, all of which resonated powerfully with audiences around the world. Through his dance, Ailey was able to convey the profound intersections of identity, race, and sexuality in ways that were groundbreaking for their time. Tragically, Ailey passed away in 1989 due to complications from AIDS, a loss that left a lasting void in both the dance community and the LGBTQ+ community. Despite the challenges he faced, his legacy continues to inspire dancers and artists across the globe, serving as a reminder of the transformative power of art, authenticity, and the courage to live one's truth. James Baldwin was a pioneering literary figure and a fierce advocate for both Black and LGBTQ+ rights. Born in Harlem, his experiences growing up shaped his profound understanding of race, identity, and societal norms. Baldwin's trailblazing work, particularly Giovanni's Room, broke new ground in exploring themes of homosexuality and bisexuality, topics that were largely taboo at the time. His powerful essays, such as Notes of a Native Son, provided incisive critiques of racial injustice and became foundational texts in the discourse on America's racial divide. Baldwin's writing was deeply personal, often grappling with his own struggles surrounding sexual identity. His unapologetic approach to these complex issues not only pushed boundaries but also cleared a path for future generations of queer individuals, especially Black queer voices, to tell their own stories. In addition to his literary achievements, Baldwin was a central figure in the civil rights movement, using his powerful words and presence to challenge social injustices and inspire transformation. His legacy endures today, a testament to the enduring strength of truth, courage, and unflinching self-expression. In the 1980s, James Baldwin delivered the poignant lecture, Race, Racism, and the Gay Community, where he openly critiqued the LGBTQ+ community for its failure to adequately address the racial inequalities faced by queer people of color. Drawing from his own lived experiences with racism, homophobia, and marginalization, Baldwin's words were a call to action for solidarity and intersectionality. His speech was both a deeply personal reflection and a powerful demand for the LGBTQ+ movement to confront the systemic racism that existed within its ranks. Baldwin's activism was as influential as his writing, leveraging his platform to challenge injustices across multiple dimensions. His unwavering commitment to justice extended beyond the written page, as he boldly advocated for equality, not only for Black people but also for the LGBTQ+ community. Baldwin passed away in 1987 from cancer-related complications, but his legacy remains alive, inspiring generations to continue the fight for racial and LGBTQ+ equality. His words and actions continue to resonate, underscoring the importance of challenging both racism and homophobia simultaneously. Ellis Haizlip was a trailblazer whose contributions to television transformed the industry, providing a platform for Black artists and creatives during a time when their voices were often sidelined. Born in 1929 in Washington, D.C., Haizlip's career was marked by his innovative approach to media, driven by his passion for storytelling, cultural exploration, and the celebration of Black identity. As the creator and executive producer of Soul, a groundbreaking television show that aired from the late 1960s to the 1970s, Haizlip provided an influential stage for some of the most prominent Black artists, poets, and musicians of the time. The show featured legends like Nikki Giovanni, Roberta Flack, and Ashford and Simpson, helping to redefine American television by showcasing the richness of Black culture and the diversity of the Black experience. Haizlip's vision paved the way for more inclusive and authentic representation in media, proving that television could be a powerful tool for social change and cultural expression. His work left an indelible mark on the media landscape and continues to inspire generations of creatives today. Ellis Haizlip was more than just a producer. He was a visionary cultural curator who possessed an incredible ability to spot and elevate exceptional talent in various art forms. Whether it was the evocative voice of a rising singer or the poignant words of a poet, Haizlip was able to bring the brilliance of Black artists to the forefront. He worked with icons like Cicely Tyson, James Earl Jones, and the Alvin Ailey Dance Company, expanding the reach and impact of the arts and pushing creative boundaries. Deeply committed to the power of representation, Haizlip used Soul to create a revolutionary platform that celebrated Black culture in all its richness. Rather than letting it be sidelined, he made sure that the voices of Black artists and thinkers were heard and respected. Through his work, Haizlip championed authenticity and freedom of expression, offering a space for Black creativity to thrive without compromise. When he passed away in 1991 from cancer, Haizlip left an indelible mark on the worlds of arts and media. His visionary legacy continues to inspire and pave the way for future generations of Black artists, reminding the world of the transformative power of diversity, representation, and creative excellence. Sylvester James, better known as Sylvester, was a trailblazing music icon who defined the disco era with his unmatched talent and flamboyant style. Born in Los Angeles in 1947, he discovered his love for music in the church, where his gospel roots shaped his powerful voice, effortlessly transitioning from deep baritone to soaring falsetto. Dubbed the Queen of Disco, Sylvester electrified the world with hits like You Make Me Feel, Mighty Real, and Dance, Disco Heat, blending soul, funk, and disco into an unforgettable sound. Sylvester's life was as vibrant as his music. Fearlessly open about his identity as a gay man during a time of widespread stigma, he became a symbol of liberation and authenticity. His bold fashion, magnetic personality, and anthems of love and self-expression made him a beacon for the LGBTQ+ community, proving that living authentically is a powerful act of joy and defiance. In 1988, Sylvester passed away from complications of AIDS, leaving behind a world forever changed by his presence. Though his life was cut short, his music and spirit endure, continuing to inspire and fill dance floors with the energy and freedom he so passionately embodied. Assotto Saint was a bold and unapologetic advocate for the Black LGBTQ+ community. Born in Haiti in 1957, he immigrated to the United States as a young man, bringing with him a profound passion for language and a commitment to uplifting marginalized voices. As a poet, playwright, and activist, Saint broke barriers and created spaces for voices often silenced by society. His raw and evocative works tackled themes of identity, love, race, and the struggles faced by Black queer individuals in a world that frequently marginalized them. His art was both a protest and a celebration, leaving an enduring legacy of courage and authenticity. Assotto Saint's poetry collections, such as Stations and Desiree Had a Pair of Wings, fearlessly explored the intricacies of being both Black and gay, capturing the raw emotions of identity and belonging. He also wrote plays that examined the intersections of culture and sexuality, using the stage to challenge stereotypes and foster understanding. Beyond his literary work, Saint was a passionate advocate for AIDS awareness and LGBTQ+ rights, dedicating himself to causes that mainstream activism often overlooked. He founded the Other Countries Collective, a groundbreaking group that amplified the voices of Black queer writers, providing a platform for stories that demanded to be heard. Saint's life was tragically cut short in 1994 due to complications from AIDS at the age of 36. Despite its brevity, his life left a profound legacy, inspiring future generations with his fearless contributions to art, activism, and the fight for equality. Bayard Rustin was a trailblazer for justice and equality, celebrated for his unwavering dedication to civil rights and LGBTQ+ advocacy. Born in 1912 in Pennsylvania, Rustin was raised in a Quaker household that instilled in him a commitment to nonviolence and human rights. These values became the foundation of his activism and guided his pivotal role as a key advisor to Reverend Martin Luther King, Jr., including his instrumental work in organizing the landmark 1963 March on Washington. Rustin's influence went far beyond the iconic march. A master strategist, he worked tirelessly behind the scenes to promote the principles of nonviolent protest. However, his identity as a gay man brought significant challenges. In 1953, Rustin was arrested in California after being found with two men in a parked car, resulting in a 50-day jail sentence and mandatory registration as a criminal offender, a stigma that followed him throughout his life. Despite the adversity he faced, Rustin's legacy remains powerful. His contributions to the civil rights movement and his advocacy for equality were finally recognized in 2013 when he was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, a testament to his lifelong dedication to justice. Marsha P. Johnson was a pioneering activist and a fierce advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, particularly within the transgender community. Born in 1945 in New Jersey, she moved to New York City, where she became an iconic figure in the LGBTQ+ movement in the 1960s and 1970s. As one of the key figures involved in the 1969 Stonewall riots, Johnson helped spark the modern LGBTQ+ rights movement, challenging systemic oppression and injustice. Alongside her close friend Sylvia Rivera, she co-founded the Street Transgender Action Revolutionaries, STAR, a vital organization that provided housing, support, and advocacy for homeless LGBTQ+ youth, particularly transgender individuals who were often marginalized and neglected by society. Known for her bold personality, vibrant fashion, and unrelenting commitment to justice, Johnson was a symbol of empowerment and resilience. Her activism extended beyond the streets as she fought for the rights and dignity of those who were often left voiceless. Her tireless dedication to helping the most marginalized in the LGBTQ+ community has left an indelible mark on the fight for equality, and her legacy continues to inspire generations of activists and advocates. In addition to her activism, Marsha P. Johnson was a celebrated performer with the drag troupe Hot Peaches, using her art to bring visibility to the struggles of transgender individuals, particularly those living in poverty. She was also deeply committed to advocating for the homeless LGBTQ+ youth and co-founded the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, STAR, with Sylvia Rivera to provide shelter and support. Moreover, Johnson worked tirelessly to raise awareness about the AIDS epidemic, collaborating with organizations like ACT UP to demand better health care and resources for those affected. Tragically, Marsha P. Johnson passed away in 1992 under mysterious circumstances. Her body was found in the Hudson River, and while her death was initially labeled a suicide, many in the LGBTQ+ community believed she was a victim of foul play. Decades later, her case continues to symbolize the unresolved injustices faced by transgender individuals. Willie Ninja was more than a dancer. He was a visionary, a trailblazer, and a beacon of creativity in the art of movement. Born William Roscoe Leake in 1961 in Flushing, Queens, Willie discovered his passion for rhythm and storytelling early. He revolutionized voguing with his elegance and high fashion-inspired poses, leaving an unforgettable mark on the world stage. Willie rose to global fame with his mesmerizing appearance in the documentary Paris is Burning, 1990, which brought New York City's ballroom culture to the forefront. In 1982, he founded the iconic House of Ninja, serving as a mentor and leader to countless performers, turning voguing into a cultural phenomenon. Willie Ninja's impact transcended the dance floor. He trained models to perfect their runway walk, collaborated with top fashion designers, and appeared in iconic music videos. His signature moves were more than just captivating. They were revolutionary, breaking boundaries of art and identity. Proud of his heritage and individuality, Willie inspired countless others to embrace their uniqueness. Despite his widespread fame, he remained humble and deeply connected to the dance community that shaped him. In 2006, Willie Ninja passed away from heart failure related to AIDS, marking the end of an era. Yet his legacy endures, living on in every performance and movement that celebrates freedom and identity. Alain Leroy Locke was a pioneering intellectual and cultural leader who fundamentally transformed the perception of Black art, literature, and identity in America. Born in 1885, Locke became the first African-American Rhodes Scholar, shattering racial barriers and opening doors for future generations. Rather than resting on his accolades, he leveraged his influence to amplify the voices of Black creators, becoming a central figure in the Harlem Renaissance. Locke's seminal anthology, The New Negro, was not merely a collection of writings, it was a cultural manifesto. Through essays, poetry, and fiction, it championed the richness and resilience of Black heritage, igniting a sense of pride and empowerment within the African American community. Locke believed passionately in the transformative power of art and culture, using them as tools to challenge societal prejudices and reshape public consciousness. Though he lived in an era when discussions of sexuality were often suppressed, Locke's identity as a gay man subtly informed his advocacy for self-expression and authenticity. When he passed away in 1954, he left behind a profound legacy of progress and innovation. Today, Alain Locke is celebrated as a visionary who not only shaped the cultural renaissance of his time, but also paved the way for future movements of equality and artistic excellence. Paris Dupree was a legendary dance icon and a pioneering figure who shaped voguing and LGBTQ+ culture. Born in the 1950s, Dupree rose to prominence in New York City's underground ballroom scene, establishing the iconic House of Dupree, which became synonymous with elegance, creativity, and resilience. Her innovative approach to voguing, characterized by sharp, angular poses and fluid, runway-inspired movements, redefined the art of dance and self-expression. One of the most celebrated stories about Dupree describes her effortlessly commanding attention at a nightclub by using a Vogue magazine as a prop, blending dramatic poses with the rhythm of the music, sparking a cultural phenomenon. Beyond her artistic contributions, Dupree played a pivotal role in creating safe spaces for marginalized LGBTQ+ individuals by organizing ballroom events that celebrated diversity and individuality, with categories designed to uplift and empower participants. Her impact was immortalized in the seminal documentary Paris is Burning, which introduced ballroom culture to a global audience and cemented her legacy as an enduring icon. Although Paris Dupree passed away in 2011, her trailblazing spirit lives on, influencing modern dance, fashion, and queer culture, inspiring generations to embrace authenticity and creativity. John Graves was a trailblazer who courageously challenged societal norms in a time of immense risk and prejudice. As a Black clergyman, he deftly navigated his role in the church while advocating for equality, becoming a founding member and co-director of the Society for Human Rights in Illinois in 1924. This organization was the first officially recognized group in the United States to advocate for gay rights, marking a bold step forward for LGBTQ+ visibility and justice. Graves partnered with Henry Gerber, a German immigrant influenced by the work of Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld, to push for a society that valued dignity and freedom for all. Together, they published newsletters addressing the injustices faced by gay individuals, striving to create a platform for awareness and dialogue. Despite their noble intentions, the Society for Human Rights faced severe resistance, including police raids fueled by bigotry. Graves and his colleagues were arrested, slandered, and subjected to intense public humiliation. These events led to the group's dissolution, and Graves, his reputation tarnished, withdrew from public life. Though little is known about Graves's later years, his courage and vision laid the foundation for future LGBTQ+ advocacy. His efforts, in the face of overwhelming adversity, resonate as a testament to the bravery of early pioneers who dared to dream of a more equitable society. In conclusion, These famous black gay stars are not only icons in the entertainment industry, but also resilient warriors in the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. Despite facing significant challenges and great losses, they have left indelible marks on culture, art, and the struggle for equality. Although they left us too soon, their legacies and spirits will continue to inspire future generations.